Viewed from space, Earth glows with the energy that drives human activity. We use vast amounts of it every day. A lot of that energy comes from oil. And since the summer, the price of oil has dropped by more than 40%. This past week, it touched lows not seen in years. Expensive oil sparked an energy boom in Canada. Tonight, we take a deeper look at the price of oil's plunge. The world's thirst for oil still grows, but its supply of oil has grown even faster, and the response from the world's oil cartel is historic.
For the first time in memory, the OPEC members are not working to drop the supply in order to send the price up. They're in fact doing the opposite. They're refusing to pump less oil.
That means there will be a glut. What this usually means is prices tend to go lower.
Bart Millick is a commodities strategist with TD Securities. Amanda Lang is CBC's senior business correspondent. Both watch every move oil makes because a lot of blood pumping through Canada's economy is black. The energy sector makes up 10% of the GDP. It represents a quarter of everything we sell to the rest of the world. And in the first half of this year, it accounted for 30% of the country's growth. Seems like a perpetual motion machine of profit, at least when oil's $100 a barrel. Decades ago, Alberta's oil sands fueled dreams of future wealth.
The Athabasca oil sands are the largest known oil reserves in the world.
But it wasn't exactly cheap or easy to turn it into something resembling oil. Its full promise wasn't realized until the early 2000s, when prices soared.
At one point, the oil sands were deemed uneconomical. When oil was back at $20 a barrel decades ago, this stuff was never coming out of the ground. But as it rose and technologies improved, it actually became accessible.
Canada has done a fabulous job since 2001 in increasing its production levels. We're more than doubled. We're developing our non-conventional sources.
The boom in Alberta was stunning.
Booming. It's unbelievable. I've never seen a place like this. Phenomenal.
Really. I never imagined it'd be this big and this fast.
That's when we began to think of ourselves as a major contributor to the world's supply of oil in a new way. And actually now, for the first time, competing with the Middle East.
People think of oil, Middle East, Saudi Arabia. Well, think of Fort McMurray oil sands.
In 2006, Prime Minister Stephen Harper saw it as a new source of clout.
Canada is, as I've said, an emerging energy superpower. It's one reason why Canada will increasingly be a leader and why Alberta will be a leader within it.
Alberta's fortunes rose, along with oil-rich Saskatchewan and Newfoundland and Labrador, while other provinces stumbled.
The ones with oil wealth outperformed the rest. And the negative effect was that the high Canadian dollar has eroded competitiveness of many industries in the manufacturing area.
In Ontario's auto sector alone, thousands lost their jobs.
Well, I guess it's just the economy and the gas prices, and they're just not selling.
Taxpayers, meanwhile, have lavished oil companies with billions in provincial and federal subsidies. In just over a decade, the oil sands have made energy central to Canada's economy and international brand. But how high does the barrel price need to be for oil sands to make money?
Once you start to get into the 60s, you are actually getting to kind of that marginal break-even for a number of oil sands players.
It's in the 60s now. Many say prices will stay there, even go lower. That could mean job losses in the oil patch.
We could start to see some layoffs.
It's already posing a problem for governments that rely on billions in oil royalties. Ottawa's projected budget surplus is shrinking. Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, and Alberta all have budgets based on oil at around $100 a barrel.
We will be making some tough decisions, and the impacts will be felt in this province.
This is not the end of Canada's energy wealth, but for some it's a reminder that our prosperous destiny can't be guaranteed by a single commodity.
Fossil fuels may not always be our dominant energy source. And although that seems completely insane to say today, technology has a way of moving fast. As a major producer of that stuff, I think Canada needs to have a think about where does that leave us.
Our look back is next with 22 seasons of satire.
eventually will be there on the scene, as long as whatever is happening in Toronto.
All the news that's fit to mock, next on The National.